Hey guys, welcome back to a very special episode of Disc Golf Examiner Top Gun Edition. I'm here with Viper and Iceman, and today we're going to review a very special disc that Dynamic Discs sent us. It's the Prototype Maverick. That's right, yes.
Yeah, baby.
We are so excited to review this disc. It's so hyped right now. What do you guys think right now?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good excitement about it. I'm excited to try it out.
Awesome.
Yeah, definitely a good mail call day when you get a prototype disc, and even though it's cold out here, we're out here to heat it up, turn on the afterburners.
That's right.
Get it going.
Let's turn and burn and get this thing going. Let's start off by going to the profile.
Check it out. The Maverick has a nice thin, shallow profile. The parting line is pretty much centered. It feels about a 7-speed disc, and the plastic in the Lucid on a cold day, it's nice and firm, bounces back nice. The Maverick doesn't have quite a pop top. It has a little dome, but not too much. And the Lucid Plastic has this nice ripple effect in it. I really like it. When I threw the Maverick on a hyzer with a slight tailwind, this thing really shined. It flipped up to flat, rode nice and straight, and then had a nice reliable finish to the left.
On a hyzer release, I threw the Maverick with a lot of hyzer, and it really showed the glide in the disc, the way it held all of the distance that I put into it and stayed on that hyzer the whole time. A little bit of skip at the end, but not unmanageable.
When I threw the Maverick flat, it went nice and straight for a long ways and then hyzered out just at the finish. When throwing the Maverick into a headwind, I found it a little unpredictable. It was a little bit understable for the headwind, but it really shined when it was thrown in the tailwind.
On a flat release, the Maverick held dead straight. I thought I might have even had a little bit of an ace run here. It dropped out right when I expected it to, putting me right next to the basket.
When I threw the Maverick on an anhyzer with a nice tailwind, this thing really crushed. It flexed out nice and wide and then came back and hyzered out just at the very finish.
When I threw the Maverick on an anhyzer, I thought initially that I put a little too much anhyzer on it, but as soon as the disc started to slow down a little bit, it popped to flat and floated down really nicely with a soft landing, really stuck the green even with the snow and ice out here.
When I threw the Maverick sidearm, I powered it down just a little bit, went about 270 feet, went nice and flat, and then had a hyzer finish at the end.
On a sidearm line, I threw the Maverick with a bit of hyzer release, and it quickly flipped up to flat and rode straight the whole way. That's exactly what I was looking for in this distance for a forehand disc. I think the Maverick really shines at the 250 to 275 range. You can get a full flight out of it, or if your form is good, it's going to stay on whatever line you put it on. Great disc for a slower arm speed like mine.
And that's how we threw the Prototype Maverick in the Lucid Plastic. It's got that sweet design on it from Dynamic Discs.
The Proto Ring.
Yeah, I'm liking that. So, Cody, overall thoughts of this disc. Is this a disc you would bag, and if so, why?
Yeah, I was very intrigued by this disc. At first, you know, throwing into a headwind, I saw it turning over a lot, and I was like, I don't know if this is going to fit my bag. But when thrown in a tailwind, this thing shines. It's awesome. You throw it on any type of line, it's going to carry that way. I'm sure if it was a little bit less windy today, thrown in no wind, I think it'd be really great too. It's going to be a great woods disc for people. I really enjoyed throwing it, and you know, it's a little snowy out, so we didn't get a chance to throw the roller, but I think it'd really shine as a roller disc as well. I really liked it, and I think it could make my bag for sure.
Awesome. So, Bryan, overall thoughts of the Prototype Maverick. What do you think?
Yeah, this is right up my runway, as they would say. I think it's got a great amount of glide, and it's very controllable. Depending on the speed you put on it, you can get a skip out of it or have it plop down nice and flat. It's great for an intermediate player. An advanced player is going to find a lot of use for it, and the pros, like he said, it's going to hold an ante line, and it's going to be a great roller disc for a lot of people. Nice sort of thin rim, good for smaller hands if you don't like that wide rim, but you can still get the distance out of it.
Yeah, my thoughts on the disc, this thing is awesome for me because I am a lower arm speed player. this helps. It seems to have a decent amount of glide.
Crazy
and
glide.
And that with that turn, it'd be really nice in my bag. I know. What would you compare it to? Any other disc from Dynamic?
I think it's maybe like the next step up from like a Witness. It's just a little bit more stable than a Witness. I think that's pretty close.
If you like this review, remember to like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube,
And share it.
share it, leave comments. We always love it whenever we hear from you guys. And so I guess until next time, keep banging those chains. Why am I goose?
Because you're gonna die.
Got goose.
I got goosed. Ugh.